All right, group number one. This is your reading. I'm going to try and get through it quickly. Let me check the time because I don't want to take too long, and I chose quite a few cards. So group number one, black tourmaline. I love that stone. I happen to have quite a few of them right here. They're beautiful to look at, good for protection. All right, so let's start with the tarot cards. We have here, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we also have the Five of Wands. Okay, group number one, it seems like you have to really take some time for yourself. I feel like you could be in situations where there are people around you whose energy throws you off. I feel like some of you could be empathic, and other people's energies, even if you don't identify as an empath, other people's energies can really get to you. And I do believe that group number one, you should really become comfortable with being your own best friend and keeping to yourself and enjoying your own company. Or if you find like you have, you don't quite like being alone, because not everybody enjoys being alone, not everyone feels comfortable with that, you can find, or if you have, that one true confidant. Could be a spouse as well, that one person who really knows how to bring you down, to center you, bring you back to earth if you get thrown off easily. Because I do believe sometimes you have family members, especially, or people who are close to you who know you very well, and they can push your buttons very easily. And some people know how to blow it off, but then for some people it really hurts, because you're wondering, like, why would you do this to me? You're my family, you're not supposed to do that kind of stuff. I care about you. How could you treat me that poorly? So for group number one, definitely take some time as well to yourself. You need to have those days where you can go and pamper yourself, get your nails done, get your toes done, that kind of stuff. It's very, very important to your mental stability, your mental health at this point in time, because I feel like you could be in a situation that maybe you would consider toxic. Could be a romantic situation as well that you consider toxic. Could be a very good friend that you consider toxic. And if you can't get away from them, the cards are suggesting that you go and find your own peace by separating yourself from them, even if it's for a day, even if it's for a couple of hours. Go and pamper yourself. Go and have some of your me time. Just go somewhere where you can clear your head and where you can breathe. All right. Let's go to the oracle cards here. This one says, any plunge into the unknown is reckless, but that's where the treasure lies. Like I said, being by yourself, right? Doing something different. Maybe the people around you who maybe get the worst reactions out of you are the ones who are the closest to you, and you depend on them in a sense for company and for security. You feel safe around them. So maybe you're not used, like I said before, you're not used to being by yourself, but they're saying that you should really get used to the idea of enjoying your own company. And that doesn't mean you have to become a recluse, or you have to become a loner, or you have to cut yourself off from other people. It just means start enjoying being around your own self. Start loving yourself in a deeper sense, and like appreciating yourself for who you really are. Okay. The next oracle card says, we cannot timidly wait for everything to fall in our laps. We will receive only as we rise, and march for destiny turns its ear to those without fear. Let me read that again. We cannot timidly wait for everything to fall in our laps. We will receive only as we rise and march. For destiny turns its ear to those without fear. Okay, so that's exactly it. Like, things that make you feel uncomfortable. I mean, nobody likes to be put in a position of, that kind of discomfort, but that's where the learning happens. That's where the growth happens. So group number one, if you are uncomfortable with being alone, now is the time to kind of get used to it and make friends with it, make nice with that concept of being alone, just because that's the only way you're going to get your peace. Because even with the black tourmaline here, I'm feeling like if you could be around situations that kind of deplete you, and you feel like you can't get your bearings, you feel like you're thrown off kilter, like you are, like you're thrown off when you're around those situations or those people. Either if you don't like being completely alone, if that like bothers you, because some people don't like you don't feel safe and secure like that, find that one person that you trust who is on the same level as you energy wise, and who can kind of give you whatever it is you're lacking at that time, or to bring you down with ease if you're feeling kind of anxious or thrown off from all those negative energies that are coming towards you. The next card says, know your truth. All right, let me just change the lighting because... Okay, the next card says, know your truth. All right, so what I'm getting from that is it is very, very important to be true to who you are. Sometimes when you're in a situation and you're around people who are antagonizing you and trying to make you get out of character, when you decide to withdraw from them, or you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to take a little break away. I gotta go do something for myself. I gotta go take some me time, some time alone. I'm feeling a little off, or I need a break from you. You know, if you just come out and say that, they will look at you like, what's your problem? Why are you so sensitive? It's just a joke. I mean, like, you know, I don't mean it, blah, 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 blah. And it's up to you to say no. It's up to you to stand your ground and stand firm in what you believe in. And don't let them decide for you if you're overreacting or if you're being too dramatic or what. You still have to know. And it takes a lot of like self-love and self-awareness to be able to figure that out. But you have to know who and what situation is just not working with you anymore to be able to step away from it. You have to look at your life and kind of decide, okay, who is causing me to feel this way? At the end of the day, I feel horrible. Why? Look back and see who it is that's making you feel that way, or what situation is making you feel that way, and then decide to withdraw yourself from it, even if it is for a couple hours, or cut it off completely, depending on what your situation is. But you have to stand firm in your truth, and don't let anybody come and discourage you. All right. Give without expectation. Now, I know how that sounds, give without expectation, but I think for group number one, give without expectation means you need to give to yourself. You need to give to your own self freely, and you need to take time for yourself. Like, taking yourself away from a situation is not just about not like cutting yourself off from a certain energy. It's also pouring into your own cup, because as an empath or somebody who is like, empathic, or who gets thrown off very easily by others, it can feel very depleting. So you need to keep pouring into your own cup. You need to keep giving to yourself without expectation, without judgment. Just be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, and realize, okay, this is not working for me, so I value myself this much that I'm going to remove myself from this situation, even if it is for an hour at a time. I need to do something to collect myself, to decompress, or to just shake off those negative vibes. You ever been around somebody, when you leave, you just feel like, ugh, you know, like that? It's like their energy is almost attacking yours. Well, that could be what's happening to some of you in group one. And so you need to kind of withdraw yourself, so you could even just do a cleanse of yourself. All right. So practice moderation. Like I was saying, practice moderation. So even if you can't withdraw yourself from these negative situations or negative people that don't make you feel less than how you should, how you know you should feel, then do it bit by bit. You can't fully take yourself away. Do it bit by bit. Practice moderation. So even if you have a friend, for example, who you know is not really the best friends, you don't have to completely say to them, okay, I don't want to be your friend anymore. You could say, all right, if they say let's hang out on Friday, you'll say, okay, no, not this Friday, let's hang out next week. Then at least, you know, you're not cutting them off, so you don't have to feel completely guilty about that. But you could also just pull back a little bit and not be so involved with them like you used to. The next card here, okay, so we got two other tarot cards I added in here, and we have, this one says New Beginnings, and this one says Universe. All right, so I feel like once you do that, once you decide to withdraw yourself a little bit from those situations, you'll start to see a new version of yourself that you didn't even know existed. And then not only will you get to know yourself better, you'll have a greater appreciation for who you are. Your confidence will skyrocket, and you will become the type of person that you always wanted to become. Maybe some of you, I'm feeling like in group number one, because you're empathic and maybe you're sensitive to certain energies, you may be maybe you've withdrawn yourself in your life. Maybe you're like what they call a wallflower, or you're kind of shy because you don't have that confidence yet, because the energies maybe are throwing you off and you don't really realize what that is, or you didn't know you were empathic. So maybe you kind of kept to yourself, some of you. Now is going to be a new beginning, and you'll be able to achieve so much more because your confidence will skyrocket, because now you're going to take yourself more seriously and understand that, hey, yeah, I can do this. I can pull myself back from people who are just not doing it for me anymore. If someone doesn't mean me any good, I have the confidence to say, okay, you know what? I'm not accepting that. I deserve better. All right, another stone that you can carry around you is the lapis lazuli. A beautiful blue card here. All right, and and blue, different kinds of blue is usually represents the throat chakra. So this could also be talking about like speaking up for yourself. If you're in situations where you feel like it's kind of toxic and you feel safe to do so, you should stand up for yourself and say, okay, you know what, this is not working out for me. Instead of just avoiding them, you could actually say that. And so lapis lazuli is good for spiritual truth. There you go. Enlightenment, meditation, unity consciousness, and inner vision. So enlightenment and meditation. So another way for you to get your peace, hold on to some of your peace and not feel so thrown off, is through meditation. And keep the black tourmaline on you when you're around anybody who doesn't mean you well. Just keep it on you all the time, and as well as the lapis lazuli, okay? So this oracle card next says, Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So you're being like encouraged. Your ancestors, your guides, those who came before you, they are encouraging you to really stand in your truth and stand up for yourself and know what you will and won't take, and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable anymore. Not just where other people are concerned, but just situations in general. Anything that makes you unhappy, anything that makes you feel depleted or not like the version of the person you want to be, you need to do something about it, okay? And you're being protected, you're being guided. All right. So basically they're telling you, like, don't fear, don't be afraid, don't question yourself as much. You have to know how you feel. And if you feel like something is not right, then that is justified, that is valid. And then you need to like take some steps towards bettering that situation. All right. So this oracle card says self-control, your higher self. So this is basically all about the self, this reading. It's just pushing you to kind of stand up for yourself, know your worth, know your value. Don't let other people tell you who you are. You decide that, and you let people know who you are, what you will accept and what you won't, and what you deserve in life. And once you do that, like I said before, your confidence is going to skyrocket, and then you'll be able to have whatever it is you want in life. Nothing will be off limits to you, because you will have that self-reassuredness to let you know that, hey, I can achieve whatever I want. If I don't like something, I'll let it go. If I like something, and then naturally you'll start to manifest that. As you start to think that you deserve everything you want, you will start manifesting only goodness towards you, and all the negative people or negative situations will just gradually, like natural, like a divine sloughing off. Like it will just, they will all fall away, and you will be left with whatever it is you want to see in your life, and the best version of yourself that you could be at that moment in time. Now, the last oracle card you have here is creativity. Creativity guides. Okay, so if you are creative, group number 1, this is the time to find your peace. Take some time away. If you want to take your time away from some negative situations or negative people, pick up the paint and the easel, you know, the canvas. You need to pick up the violin. I'm just saying things that are coming to my head. Pick up a pen and paper. Start writing again. Start recording. Start dancing again. Whatever it is that you do, or whatever that's calling to you, if you want to start something new, try and experience life a little bit more creatively, and that will give you some peace as well. I'm hearing a lot of writing and painting. So, group number 1, that was your reading. I wish you all the best. I pray that you do find peace. Don't forget to carry the lapis lazuli and the black tourmaline on you as much as possible, and everything will be great. So thank you once again for tuning in, and I hope something I said today resonated with you. Until we see each other again, guys. Bye. Peace, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with me again. For those of you who chose pile number 2, you chose the Chrysocolla stone. And as you know, the topic for today is how to find your peace. So let's get started. I'm not going to make this too long. Let's just start with the tarot cards. You have here the Wheel. Is the first one. The second one is Queen of Wands. And the third one here is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh, you pressed it? Mm-hmm. All right. And can you slip out and tell them to shut their traps, please? Thanks. Okay. Peace, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with me again. For those of you who chose pile number 2, you chose the Chrysocolla stone. And as you know, the topic for today is how to find your peace. So let's get started. I'm not going to make this too long. Let's just start with the tarot cards. You have here the Wheel. Is the first one. The second one is Queen of Wands. And the third one here is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, right off the bat, what I see for group number 2, a way for you to find your peace is through going within and becoming a manifester, basically. And I think maybe some of you have already been on that path and maybe you were uncertain, but I do believe that if you've been in hard times, maybe chaotic, hectic times, the tide is going to turn soon and things will start getting more positive for you. But the reading so far is asking you to go within and work on your law of attraction practices and manifestation, that type of stuff. But to do that, you have to have a lot of confidence. You can't be a second guesser. You can't be halfway about it. You got to go in 110%. And that's very hard, right? Everybody knows that. Yeah, there is a law of like attracting things to you, but it's very hard to kind of command it at will. So group number 2, this is the time for you to go within. Now you need to do some soul searching. You need to find some quiet time. You need to take time away from all the hustle and bustle and the hectic, aspects of your life. And you need to sit with yourself. You need to journal, write things down, script, do all those wonderful things. There's so many videos on YouTube that you can, learn about manifestation. Let me just check the Chrysocolla and see exactly what. Chrysocolla means speaking your truth, heartfelt communication, and right speech. So speaking your truth, you know what it is you want for yourself. You know what you want your life to look like. So now is the time for you to do your vision boards. Now is the time for you to do your scripting. Whatever it is you can do that will help you gain a more solid vision on what it is you want for your life. You have to take that seriously now, because I feel like a lot of you are going to become master manifestors. You're going to be able to command these things into your life very well. But you have to start from somewhere. And I think you have to start from confidence. You have to start from knowledge. You have to start from taking time away from all the noise, separating yourself, withdrawing yourself for a little bit, because you can't meditate. I mean, you can meditate in a noisy area, but if you're just getting started with all of this, you're going to need some peace. You're going to need some quiet to be able to achieve whatever it is you want in life. That also talks about then the way you speak. It talks about right speech. And that's why this stone is blue, talking about the throat chakra here. Check what you say and how you speak. Do you speak life into your desires, or do you just kill them with your negative words? You have to pay attention to what you say, because that's everything. Your speech is its energy. Thoughts are things. And after you think something, sometimes you say it. If you're thinking of negative things, you're going to believe negative things, and you're going to bring negative things to you. So check what you say. Check also your self-talk. How do you speak to yourself? Is that negative or is it positive? You have to become very, very aware of who you are and how it is, like, how do you play a part in receiving whatever it is you've been receiving in your life? And how do you play a part in receiving what you will receive in the future? All right, these two oracle cards here say, a life of greater joy, power, and satisfaction awaits those who consciously design their life. And that's exactly what I was just saying to you. Now is the time to consciously, like this basically sums up the whole reading, consciously design your life. What is it that you want for yourself? You have to figure it out. And once you figure it out, that's what you have to have a certain kind of tunnel vision on. And you need to decide, what do you want for your life? Work on it. Write it out, make sure it makes sense, be specific, don't leave out any details, because sometimes you can leave out details and that can end up coming and biting you in the butt. So be thorough with what it is you want, sit and ponder on it, and then go to work on designing your own life. And that's how you'll get your peace, because maybe if you're going through chaotic experiences right now in your life, when you start manifesting your own version of what your life should look like, then the peace will come. Or even if you feel just more proficient at it and you haven't seen the results yet, just the fact that you know you're on the right path, that will give you the peace. This card says, when our hearts yearn for action and growth, we should care little about what society says is possible or prudent. There you go. That's another perfect card there. That just means that don't worry about what people say. A lot of people say the manifesting thing is a load of crap. A lot of people don't believe in any of this stuff, and they'll probably tell you that as well. So don't get discouraged by what they say. You want to grow, as we all do. We should always be trying to grow and learn more and expand our horizons and become more wise in this lifetime. And you can't concern yourself with what other people say, because it will just hold you back. Okay, the next oracle card says, everyone has value. All right, first and foremost, clearly for you, everyone has value. That is about you for sure, 100%. You need to remember that. You have a purpose in this life and you have a voice. You bring something to this world and you are needed. So you have to know that to begin with. But the other side of that is everyone has value. Use the people around you in a positive way, of course, to learn. Go on YouTube. There's so many people who could teach things on YouTube about manifesting. Speak to people. You'll be surprised once you put that energy out there of what you want to learn. All these people will just show up and start talking to you about things like synchronicities and all the stuff that you are already thinking about. It's like the universe will just put it in your way. So you will end up, meeting face to face with somebody who will talk to you about manifesting something, or going to a seminar, for example, about manifestation, or taking a course on the law of attraction, or reading the book The Secret, for example. Those things will be put literally in your way, so that you can take it all in. Okay, but the intention is important too. It's all about like, what do you want for yourself? All right, this says learn from your mistakes. So learn from your mistakes for me in this reading means that you need to be aware of past things that you've done in your past, or the way you used to think in the past, the way you used to do things in your past, or your perspective on life that you used to have that was hindering you from having the type of life that you want, or maybe that was bringing the negativity towards you or the chaos in your life towards you. Because the more you start to learn about the law of attraction and manifestation, you'll start to realize that you play a major role in the kind of life that you're living right at this moment. So if you see something that is making you unhappy, they say that the energy that you have put out there is what brought that situation to you. That sounds kind of negative, but the good side about that is that if that's the case, you can put out positive energy out there to bring forth better things towards you now. All right, so learn from that. Learn that, okay, I used to say this about myself, that I never have any money, I'm always broke. Instead of saying that, say, yes, money is coming towards me and I'm a money magnet, and know it. So you'll automatically change the energy that surrounds you with regards to money. That will naturally change. All right, so this card says here, I just said that, you're here for a reason. So like I said, everyone has value. You have a value. You have to know your purpose. You have to know you're here for a reason. And you deserve, point blank, period. You are worthy, period. You deserve whatever it is you want in life. You deserve the best in life. You deserve to live a peaceful life. You deserve to be the best version of yourself that you want to be, or be whatever version of yourself you want to be. You deserve it. You are here for a reason. You count and you matter. So that's like the real basis of attracting what you want to you. You know, you have to know these things. You have to know that you're worthy. All right, the next cards here, I put two other tarot cards in here. This one says wisdom, and this one says spiritual union. All right, so wisdom, I mean, this is basically what I was just saying here. It's just about growth and getting to know yourself and what you're capable of. The idea of the law of attraction and creating your own reality is not a new one. That's not new age. That's a very ancient thing. And that comes from thousands of years ago. That comes from our ancestors. Like, there's nothing new. It may be new to us now as a, you know, society or a culture or whatever, but it's nothing new. So they're just asking you really to just gain as much wisdom on this situation as possible to bring forth more peace in your life. You have this card here says spiritual union. So I feel that once you start doing that, like I said before, a lot of synchronicities will come up. You start meeting people who will talk to you about these things that you didn't know were even interested in that kind of stuff. It's like your tribe will start to present themselves in front of you once the universe sees what energy you're putting out there, what level you're vibrating at. They will start putting people around you who will match that same level, that same energy. All right, we also have this one here. This is the Moonstone, this card. So this is another card that you could carry on you to bring you some peace. And let's see what Moonstone is about. Moonstone, intuition, insight, inner wisdom, and inner voice. So we have wisdom again, and see inner voice. Like I was saying to you, it's an inside job. It's stuff that you need to, and intuition. Like these types of things will build once you start meditating and doing things that will help you get become more comfortable with manifesting and bringing forth things into your life that you want. That's super duper important when where the law of attraction and manifestation is concerned. So get in touch with your intuition. Don't be shy about that. Don't feel like you're reading into things too much. Sometimes they say with manifesting, the best thing to do is to start small. Say, okay, universe, can you, or whoever it is you resonate with, please show me a green motorbike, for example, and look out for that green motorbike. And then slowly you'll see it. Okay, then you can manifest something bigger once you gain the confidence, and something bigger and something bigger. And then eventually maybe you'll be able to manifest the lottery if you're lucky. Okay, or if you work hard enough, if you tap in. All right, so the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Like I just said, manifestation, law of attraction, those types of things, there's nothing new about that. That is ancient as ancient can be. Like that's there from the beginning of time. You just have to know how to tune in and to tap in. And so that's an inside job. You have to go within to learn these things, to get this wisdom. You have to look at yourself and figure out who you are as a person and how you've been hindering yourself and what you can do to kind of get rid of all that negative way of thinking or speaking or acting, and leave space for the positivity to come in. All right, the next card we have here is imagination, inner child, imagination. So basically that's what manifestation is. You imagine the life that you want and you bring it to reality. You bring it to fruition. That's exactly what it is. Imagine the best kind of life that you want. Imagine your wildest dream like a child would. When children talk about what they want in life, or when their imagination starts going, nothing is impossible to them. Some of them even believe that they can fly if they wanted to, because that's how they are. Their imagination is on another level. So you need to tap into your inner child and embrace your imagination powers, your power of imagination, and that will help you with manifestation. And the last oracle card we have here is restriction. Joy guides. All right, so we need to let go of restrictions. Like I was just saying with the imagination card, let go of the restrictions. When it comes to manifestation, Nothing can be off limits. If you want to manifest something, you have the power to do so. You just have to tap in. So do not limit yourself. Gain confidence by manifesting little tiny things at once. Even just, okay, let me see a butterfly. And then boom, you'll see a butterfly. Next time when you gain more confidence, you'll manifest something even more random. And but the point is, don't restrict yourself. You have to know that the universe is limitless and it is abundant, and it is there's enough for everybody. So it's not like if one person is super abundant, then that means, okay, well, I'm not gonna get as much because they have all the abundance. It doesn't work that way. There's enough abundance for everybody. You just got to tap in. Okay, group number 2, don't forget to wear the chrysocolla and the moonstone on you. And this was your reading. I hope something I said to you today resonated with you. I wish you all the best in your manifestation journey. Until we see each other again, guys. Bye. Peace, family. Thank you for tuning in again. As you well know, the topic today is how to find your peace. Group number 3, this is your reading. You chose the Smithsonite. Number 51, so I'm feeling like this could have something to do with home, maybe. I don't know. Let's see what the tarot cards say. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because I chose a lot of cards and I don't want to hold you up too long. So the first tarot card we have is the Hierophant. The second tarot card we have here is the Ten of Pentacles. Family, like I said, the home. And the next card we have here is the Lovers. Okay. So I feel like I said, where you will find your peace is in the home. Maybe some of you could be in a situation where your home right now is causing you some stress. Maybe it could be your marriage, could be your children. They're asking you to kind of do what you have to do to make that right and to find balance within the home. Because from that little, you may be the glue in your family, for example, and from the little changes that you make, you could be breaking generational curses, for example. You could make one little change in the way people interact in your family or the way you interact with your spouse, and that can have long-lasting effects on your family members. So maybe if you and your husband or you and your wife, your spouse, whatever, are not necessarily dealing with things in a proper manner, like maybe you have somewhat of a toxic relationship in a sense, if you decide, okay, let's go and see a counselor, for example, maybe then maybe, you know, your children will see that, your children will benefit from it, so that when they have relationships as they get older, it will be more of a healthy, wholesome relationship, and they'll know what to do if the relationship is struggling. They'll understand that not just because you have a good relationship means it always has to be perfect, for example. They'll know that you can have ups and downs in a relationship and still love one another. So little changes that you yourself, because it starts with you, little changes that you can make will have big impacts on the home. I'm going to look up Smithsonite again because I can't remember what I said it. I think that Smithsonite is rebirth from chaos, evolution, stress relief, emotional boost, clearing of obstacles to growth. So rebirth from chaos, like I was saying to you, your home could be kind of chaotic at some point in time. Maybe I don't know, maybe the children are not misbehaving. Maybe you need to take a firmer stance on being a parent, for example. I don't know. Those are just examples. You know what your home looks like. You know what your home life looks like, what you would like it to look like. You know, so it starts with you. You can make little changes, and you have to look and see where the problems lie, and use your power of discernment to be able to say, okay, this is not really working for the family. Let's change this. Or this is not really working for me in this family. Let me change this. How I react to certain things is not really bettering the situation. It's making it worse. Let me change that. Just taking a look within to see what you can put out there is what they're asking you to do. This oracle card says we should not fear an obsession for building a great free life. So that's it. Don't be afraid to do what you have to do. Take whatever steps you have to, no matter how unorthodox they may seem, to kind of fix things in the home, to make things right. Even if you live by yourself in your home and you're feeling a sense of maybe loneliness or, like monotony, or you're feeling, like, you need a sense of purpose. You can take little steps to bettering your life. It doesn't mean because we say, the family and the home and the children that it only applies to people who have, a spouse or children. It doesn't. If you're in the home, you are your own home sometimes. You can take steps to bettering yourself. We can always improve, all of us. We can all improve, and you are the one. It starts with you, basically, is what they're trying to say. If you want to better your situation, it has to start with you. All right, and choose unorthodox ways of bettering your situation as well. You don't have to always go for the typical, ways of bettering yourself. You can look outside, think outside the box to find solutions to your problems. Okay. This card says, any dirt or carnage of yesterday belongs nowhere near now, but rather in the dustbin of history where we need not rummage about. So maybe this would be a good time for you to kind of let bygones be bygones, maybe. Of course, within reason. If things that have happened to you in your past, or with your spouse, or with your children, or with your parents, that have really hurt you or traumatized you, and having those people around you is a toxic situation, it won't better you in any way. Okay, leave that. But I'm just saying, in a situation where you want to, let's say, work on a relationship and it's worth it to you, now is the time to let bygones be bygones, perhaps, or address it with your partner, your spouse, and say, okay, we both agree to let it go. You could be at a stalemate where you're both butting heads about something and nobody wants to apologize. Maybe you could be the first one to not necessarily apologize first, especially if you don't feel like you were in the wrong, but you could actually say, okay, what can we do about this situation so we both feel heard? What can we do about this situation so that it won't happen again and we don't have to feel this way anymore? So they're asking you to do that. So you can kind of let go of any negative feelings and thoughts and resentments that could be hindering you from having a great home, a family life. All right. Set your intentions. All right, so set your intentions. What is it that you want? What do you want for your family life? What do you want? This could also be a reading for some of you who are single, or you do not have children yet and you want to start a family and you're questioning how to go about it. Set your intentions. What do you want for yourself? Bring it forth, think about it, write about it, dream about it, talk about it, make it become your life. Like it says here, you shouldn't fear an obsession for building a great life. Almost get like a tunnel vision where it's concerned. If it's something that's important to you, it's worth you not being obsessed, because obsessed sounds unhealthy, but being very adamant about achieving or fixing or acquiring. This should be like your main goal at this point in time. The next oracle card here is thoughts create your reality. I was just going to say, try manifesting. Group number 2 also got something along those lines. The way you think about things, your perspective is everything. So if you are thinking about your spouse in a certain way, then chances are he or she will continue to be that way. If you're feeling like, this situation, I know what's going to come out of this situation, then chances are, yes, that will come, you will be right. And that will be the final result of whatever it is you're, anticipating. So you create your own reality. Think of how you want your life to look and go for it. Like it says, set your intention. Thoughts create your reality. Be obsessed with building a great free life. So it's all about you. You have an idea of what it is you want in your life. Your life may not look like that at this point in time, but it's up to you to set the ball rolling. And it will come. You just have to become, I guess you could say, like tunnel focused or hyper focused on it. Tunnel vision and hyper focused on it. Patience is a virtue. All right, so they're letting you know that it takes time. These types of things take time. If you want to manifest a certain reality for yourself, if you want your home to look a certain way and you got to work on it, that's fine. Working on something with your spouse, as you well know, you're working with another human being who has their own issues, their own, traumas, their own habits. It will take time. But if it's something that is worth it to you, if it's something that you think that you want in your life, then, it's worth the time. Just be patient and don't get discouraged. Stick with it. Okay, this oracle card says positive movement forward, and then it says crown chakra here. So positive movement forward, like we said, even though things may move a little bit slowly and they're telling you to have patience, doesn't mean it's not moving, doesn't mean it's not progressing. The main thing is never stay at a standstill where your betterment is concerned, especially if you have an idea of what you want in your life and you're not hurting anyone, it's not to anyone else's detriment. Go for it and take little steps, positive movement forward, little baby steps, always trying to better yourself and changing the way you think, your perspective on things, so that you can welcome in more positivity into your life and end up giving yourself more peace at the end of the day. All right, so the crown chakra. So get in touch with your spirituality, get in touch with your guides if you can do that. Some of you already may be. Now is the time to lean on them. Even like ancestors, some of you may resonate well with your ancestors. Feel free to call on them when you need. Look into meditation as well. Look into things as well like Reiki, and also things like Tai Chi and those types of things. A lot of things that you deal with energies. Those things will help you kind of calm yourself down and help you clear a lot of things out to be able to, calm yourself down enough to work on something with somebody. If you are hyper and worked up, you can't work on solving a problem with your spouse. So you got to go within, you got to calm yourself down, figure out what you want to work on, take baby steps towards it, and just don't give up, basically. All right, the next card we have here is the lithium quartz. Lithium quartz, can you see that? Lithium quartz, and that is the number 33. That also makes me think of manifesting. So they're trying to tell you, like, go for what you want in your life. Don't feel like, anything is off limits to you, especially when it comes to your family, especially when it comes to your marriage, your spouse, your loved ones. That is the most important thing in life, right? So you need to make sure and work your butt off for that, because that is definitely worth it. Like I said, we're talking about healthy relationships. We're talking about healthy situations that can be fixed and that are worth fixing. Okay, nothing that is going to break your spirit. We're not dealing with those types of relationships. We know what we have to do with those types of situations. But if your home is a healthy one, but it has little snafus, little hiccups here or there that you think can be fixed, then it's worth it, then work towards it. So the lithium quartz here means harmoniousness, peaceful, joy, interconnectedness. Interconnectedness means, and it suggests other people, right? So you're interconnected with the people in your life. So we want joy. This is what's coming towards you. Joy, happiness, peace. And that only comes with you working towards bettering yourself. So try and keep a lithium quartz if you can find one, and the smithsonite on you. Maybe if you're meditating, you can hold those while you're meditating. Just carry them on you, maybe in your pockets or something every day, and just work towards bettering yourself so that you could better your home life. This says Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So as we're talking about family, here comes the mother card. And like I said, you got to start with yourself first. I said that earlier. How can you mother yourself? So are there things in your life that you need help with, you need comfort about? Think about the way a mother deals with a child. This is the way you need to deal with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Right? It says here, thoughts are your reality. Be confident. Give yourself some confidence. You need to get in touch with your inner child and figure out what it is you're lacking, what it is you need. Maybe sometimes you sabotage relationships that you have with other people who mean a lot to you because of things that have happened in your past, maybe that have traumatized you and you haven't even realized it. Now is the time to treat yourself like a child, and in the sense that you're patient with yourself and you have to figure out what's bothering you. How can we fix it in a loving, caring way? And once you figure out what's going on in here, then you'll be able to work with work with what's going on out there, meaning in your family, on the outside, with other people. Then it'll be easier for you to be more interconnected with the most important people in your lives, right? Okay, so the next card says priorities. All right, so when we think about family, right, if we get along well with our family, and family can be anybody, don't get it twisted. I'm not even, just solely suggesting that your family is only people who share the same DNA as you. Your family could be friends who have treated you like a brother or sister. Your family can be anybody, right? As we well know. And they are your priority. Those are the people you care about the most. But first, make yourself a priority. Make your intentions, the kind of life that you want to live with those people, a priority, and think about, how can I fix it? Is there anything that I'm doing to sabotage, this relationship? Is there anything, am I triggering this other person? What triggers me? Maybe I can communicate it better with this person. What can I suggest to this person so that we can have better relations with each other and our situation will become more of a peaceful one? So look within, figure out what your priorities are, what you want out of this life, make yourself a priority as well, and just get to work, bit by bit, keep moving forward. Like they said, patience is a virtue. Be very patient with yourself like a mother would her child, and just keep moving forward towards betterment. All right, the last card we have here, oh my God, okay, I know I'm on the right path now. This card says partnerships and love, nature spirits. Okay, so one little message I got here is that something that could help you is going out into nature with your spouse or your loved ones, taking long walks so you all can talk. Sometimes nature is like a more neutral space, and you get a lot of comfort from being outside, so you can talk more freely. You don't have people listening to you. Maybe the home itself causes you some kind of issues. Maybe you're arguing about something in the home, so then you never will find that common ground. So get out into nature, and you can maybe that will bring you a little bit more peace and make it a little bit more, like, what you have to say flow a little bit more freely. So yeah, we were dealing with that. I wish I had picked this card first at the beginning. It says partnerships and love. So we know how important our partnerships are with the people that we love in our lives, and we want to keep those things growing. We want to keep a solid foundation. Group number 3, the spirits, the energies are asking you to start with yourself. See what you can do to better your relationships. Go within and take time with yourself, and eventually things will become more peaceful and your relationships will become more smooth. So I hope something I said today resonated with you, group number 3. Thank you so much for taking time to share this space with me. Until we see each other again, guys. Bye.